Someone shared that the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson Zhao Lijian recently tweeted a fake picture depicting a grinning Australian soldier holding a bloodied knife to the throat of an African child. In response to this, the Australian Prime Minister demanded an apology from Zhao, but Zhao responded by pinning the tweet to the top of his Twitter page. Someone shared that earlier today I was chatting with a first grader. She said she hated Trump because he created the coronavirus. She said she was very happy upon learning that Trump was infected. I said, "Do you know who Trump is?" She replied, "He is the president of Japan," because the Chinese translation of his name makes it appear to be a Japanese name. Someone replied, "This kind of brainwashing method of sowing hatred has been having a great impact on young children." Someone shared this video. It's clear that the phrase, "remain true to our original aspiration, keep our mission firmly in mind," was written on the wall.
我们今天在党旗领袖向前庄严宣誓。一首句下来，我等三人即聚首，庄严宣誓，忠于党，忠于祖国，热爱领袖，誓为共产主义，奋斗终身。
Someone mocked, "Please don't get it wrong. These so-called monks and nuns are in reality merely a group of salespersons. Their original aspiration is to make money." Someone replied, "It is ridiculous that they are called Buddhists. They are clearly Marxists." Someone shared this picture pointing out that they together make up China's largest foreign force. In fact, their connection to China is obviously not as simple as this. Someone shared a copy of the CCP's document on suppression of rebellions from the year of 1951. It noted, "We plan to kill 1,500 people in Tianjin within a year. 150 people have already been killed." It also mentioned in rural areas, the Chinese population should generally not exceed 1,000th of the current population, while in urban areas, 0.5% of the current population is appropriate. It also highlighted that Beijing had a population of 2 million. More than 600 people have been killed. The government planned to kill another 300. And then CCP leader Chairman Mao put it more bluntly and said around 3,000 people in Shanghai should be killed within a year. Someone shared that someone once asked me what the Communist Party is. I replied, "It is a party that can publicly commit killings and spread lies, while paying complete disregard to truth, robbing people's wealth, taking away their right to vote, and massacring righteous people." Someone replied, "In fact, just like what its ancestors said in the Communist Manifesto, it is a specter. But to put it more accurately, it is a demon. Its existence is the greatest disaster for mankind." Someone shared that the CCP's Poverty Alleviation Office recently announced that all 832 poor counties across the country have all been lifted out of poverty. The remaining poor people are going through exit procedures. Judging from the current situation, all the poor people will also be lifted out of poverty by the end of the year. Someone replied, "The CCP's real intent of doing so is to stop the distribution of poverty alleviation funds." Someone shared this propaganda message found on a wall in the countryside with Mao Zedong's quote that says, "The countryside is a vast world. Great things can be accomplished there." Someone felt that it appears the disastrous Mao era has come back overnight. Someone shared that the Chinese Ministry of Education recently announced that the situation of sending graduates to difficult and remote areas for employment will become an important part of college evaluation and assessment. Someone recalled, "When I was a little child, my grandma told me that when interacting with others, if I felt that I was just right, the other party would definitely feel he or she was at a disadvantage. If I felt that I was at a disadvantage, the other person would feel it's just right. If I thought I took advantage of him or her, the other party would feel offended by me. Therefore, when my grandma borrowed things from neighbors, she always returned more. My grandma was kind to everyone. Her mantra was that today's people are immoral. My family members born during the Cultural Revolution era would not say these things." Someone recalled, "My grandfather often told me that, as the old Chinese saying goes, a drop of water in need shall be returned with a burst of spring. I've never forgotten this." Well, in contrast, in its brainwashing education campaigns, the CCP has always been telling people to maximize self-interest and take advantage of others. Someone shared the speech that lawyer Sidney Powell gave at a press conference in Georgia.
To get rid of President Trump and tried every dirty, nasty, evil, illegal trick in the book to do it. Yeah, it is pure evil. We've already traced a lot of the money that did this back to China. We have internet white hat hackers, I think they call them, who saw back doors open in the system and saw people in Iran and China and Hong Kong and Serbia and I don't know how many countries having influence in our election system.
Someone shared a few video clips of Trump supporters from Miami, Florida.
This race is not over, regardless of what the mainstream media and the Democrats would like you to believe. It's not over. The people choose the president of the United States, not the media, and we're mad as hell about it. They have, for 4 years, they've tried to overthrow this president, and now they are trying to steal an election.
I'll post something and I'll check on it, and it's something really important. And we're all like-minded people. There's like 30,000 people in this group. I'll post something, and 8 hours later, no one has liked it. No one has commented, and I'm like, they're totally censoring with the algorithm, 100%. YouTube the same way, Twitter the same way. That's censorship. Do we live in communist China? I know they want us to. That's what's going to happen if Biden takes over, but we're fighting for this. We're fighting for this, and we're not going to let it happen.
Negative stuff and COVID, everything, and so something just didn't seem right to me. So I just started I started kind of searching, and I just started reading. I came across these doctors from Bakersfield. They were banned like immediately on YouTube, and then YouTube just started recommending other stations, and I just kept digging and digging, and all of a sudden realized I was lied to, and I hated Trump when he was elected. I think I was brainwashed from the media, and I realized he was very presidential, very compassionate towards the people. Just from there, I decided that I couldn't be a Democrat anymore and became a Republican, joined the walkaway, #walkaway.
Child, we will take you in. Child, we will bring you home. You'll be a flower that sees the spring. Soon a dove flying high